Hey guys, this is Ryder Sigety.
And Ryder's dad, Mike.
This race, I got a really bad start. It was my fault, but I need to practice my starts more so I don't get it this bad next time.
So how'd the race turn out for you, though?
Even though I did get a bad start, I wound up making my way up to second on the first lap, and then first kind of ran away from me, but I did keep it in second for the rest of the race.
Very proud of you, kid.
Keep watching for a great video. We have commentary, crashes, and collisions.
What did it take to finish up here in the top two?
I got a pretty bad start also.
So Ryder, where was this race located?
This race was in Union, South Carolina.
And how many times does the GNCC visit this venue?
Twice a year for the Big Bike GNCC, which is this one, and the Tiger Run.
Big buck and a tiger. Very good. And how were the conditions today compared to the other times you've been there and just in general?
The conditions were great. It rained on Thursday, the Thursday before the race, and it was like perfect on the race day. There wasn't really any mud. It was just like soily, and it was great.
And would you describe these conditions in South Carolina as sand or clay?
A little bit more of a clay, so if it does rain, it can get really slippery.
And your laps were approximately how long?
They were around 17 minutes each lap.
And do you remember how many laps you did?
I did 6 laps.
That's right, and that was the most anyone did, and some people got 5 as well too. Do you remember how many kids were in the race?
There was 300 kids, about a little less, I think.
That's great. And you remember how many people raced in the 10 a.m. race?
There was 800 people in that race. It was stacked.
Yeah, that's a pretty big turnout. So coming up is the kid who got 3rd place, and his name is Kane Martin, and he's also on the Yamaha with the red boots. He got a pretty bad start also and worked his way up as well. Here he is in front of you.
Yeah.
I think you got stuck behind this guy, but he must have gotten stuck behind you too because he didn't catch you, did he?
Yeah, I was a little worried that the person in front of me was going to stop, but they made it up, so it was fine.
Wow, you would have lost a lot of time if he got stuck there. I guess that's one of the bad things about getting a really bad start. You have to kind of get stuck behind some people who could take bad lines and screw you up. So it seems like a lot of people got hurt in this race. Do you know anyone who got hurt?
Some of the pros that did get hurt were Johnny Giroir.
Yeah, that's a tough name to pronounce, but he got hurt. Who else?
Stu Baylor and Dad Duvall.
That's right. Do you know what happened to either of those guys?
I know Stu broke his wrist, and somehow they were in the hospital, and I realized that from a crash a couple of weeks ago, he actually broke his neck.
Wow, that's crazy. He's one tough guy. Another kid got hurt too, Canyon Richards. I hope he's going to be okay. He doesn't race in your class, but he does race in your race. So I see at the GNCCs, a lot of people are using hand guards and some people are using flags. What's your opinion on those and what do you use?
We use hand guards because I feel like they're more protective, and when you hit a tree, it doesn't feel like the tree could hit your arms at all. Sometimes they do make you bounce off the trees and ping pong a little bit where the flaps would bend, but we know a lot of people that have broken pinkies and things, and we usually ask them like if they're running flaps or hand guards, and most of them are running flags.
Yeah, it seems that way. So right here, it looks like you took a line where there wasn't a lot of people riding there, and there's a lot of pine needles. What do you think about taking lines that have a lot of pine needles?
They're definitely beneficial a lot of the time, but sometimes they can get a little sketchy because you can't really see what's under them, and the pine needles can make it slippery.
Yeah, that's right. And it's not like you're only, you got a big wide course, you're only inches from the tree, so sometimes taking those pine needle lines can end up real bad. And you actually took a few bad lines, which we're going to show you later, and one or two of them you or someone else took a bad line together, and you guys collided and knocked the camera over into a weird position. So that's coming up. So also coming up pretty shortly is a hole on the side of the course, and you can see somebody actually ends up in that hole and flips over right on the camera. I didn't hear of any kids getting hurt, so that's a good thing. And the courses are normally marked really well with any danger spots, at least in your race. So I don't know exactly what happened there. Maybe they just got off course a little bit. But if you look off to the right, I think you're going to see that shortly.
Yeah, it should be soon. Right here.
Oh, yeah. Oof. Yeah, he looked like he was getting up and he was okay.
Yeah.
So when you race, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes the sun glare is really bad at 8.
Yeah, you can see it right here. It's horrible. Like, what you can see on the GoPro right now is what I can see when I'm racing. I can see, like, almost nothing. And sometimes it gets a little sketchy because there might be rocks and stuff, like loose rocks in the trail, and I'm going at it blind.
So on the right, you just passed the station. Do you know how that works, Ryder?
So they have stations in the middle of the track that can tell if you're cheating because they scan your transponder, and they'll like let you know if you didn't go through one of the stations, then you probably cut the course.
Yep, that's right. Oh, we just passed some of your friends, but I think we get them again. So coming up is like the rockiest section of the course. They call it the Monster Mile. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it's you'll see it's like some pretty decent sized rocks and mud and roots.
Yeah, it's right over here. It's kind of like what we have at home. I really like this section. It doesn't look too rocky on camera, but in real life, it was like really technical. We have a phone video of it at the end.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of kids struggling there, but yeah, on the video, it always looks easy. As a matter of fact, when I watch Supercross, I feel like, yeah, I could do that. Meanwhile, I can't even do a local jump in the woods. So coming up here is one of your collisions with somebody. Right there was one, but that one you guys both survived.
Yeah, we both made it out in the other one too, but you'll see.
You can see some people got really good parking spots right on the course, which is great, but it's so difficult to get parking out of GNCC. We hate when mud gets on the camera, and there's nothing you can do about that when it's on your chest. When it's on your face, helmet rather, it's easy to wipe, but can't on your chest. But there is a reason we're leaving this here just for another few seconds, because you can see the collision that him and another kid have, and you can actually read the numbers on the other kid's helmet, and the whole camera gets moved. I think it's coming up here.
Yeah, it's this clip right after this one. See?
Oh,
right.
yeah.
And then
Yeah, there it was, right? You can see his numbers.
Yeah.
So this was the first GNCC of the year. They had record attendance in classes, not a record for all GNCs, but record attendance for this particular GNCC. They had a mile-long line of cars, literally a mile. Like I videotaped it, but I'm not going to bother putting it in there. Trying to get into the race, and it's just a really busy day. As you can see, there's always a lot of people on the course. You're always battling with somebody or seeing somebody. You're rarely ever riding by yourself. Oof. So coming up shortly, you'll see Ryder takes a bad line in the woods and gets passed by somebody. Right there, that slowed them down a lot, and there the kid goes. So I appreciate everybody watching these videos. If you could, please like and subscribe. That would be great. Oh, there's your friends again. That would be great because the more subscribers we have, the more value our sponsors think of us. And we spend a lot of time making these videos. And actually, this is our second computer because we spilled I spilled a Camelback on one, and that's like $1,000 right there. If you have any suggestions on the video, if it's too long, if you want to see more, if you think we're talking too much. Oh, there's your buddy Enzo, right? That's his first GNCC. Hope you had fun. So yeah, if you have any suggestions, we're all ears. We would love to hear it. And if you have any comments, just leave it down below. And thanks again for watching the video. And I hope you had a good time at the races and you enjoyed this one. So long.
I'm rusty. Ryder Sigety, man, a second place finish out there today. What did it take to finish up here in the top two?
I got a pretty bad start. Also, I got second to the last, and I worked my way up to second after third after the first lap. I think made my way up to second, and then just kind of kept it from then on. Doing a lot of rides out there, and I think
Congratulations to you and a solid ride. Who do you want to thank? There you go, man. Congratulations. Make some noise for Ryder.
Yeah, Ryder!
Woo! And make some noise for this guy here today, a